Hi there. Happy Monday. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett on this MLK Day Monday. Hope you're doing well. It's January 15th, 7:30 on the dot. And, we call this a day on, not a day off. But we here at News 6, we're here, we're on. And meteorologist Candace Campos is watching the forecast for you if you're headed out today, if you have to work, or maybe you have, some events that you want to check out today for the holiday. Good morning, Candace.
Good morning. Yes, happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of parades going on. Around what time? Around 10 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah, 10, 2. It's all on the homepage of clickorlando.com too, if you want to check that out.
Yeah, and the rain for the 10 o'clock events should be good. It's after about 1 where we will start to see some rain come in. So today and tomorrow, kind of gloomy, kind of cloudy, kind of rainy at times. Some pockets of some heavy rain certainly will be a possibility later on today and then again later on tomorrow. But don't put away the sweaters just yet, because today, although it will be warm, we'll be in the mid-70s, and today, tomorrow as well. Temperatures will be dropping about 20 degrees as we head into your Wednesday.
Wow.
Let's go for it. All right, so let's break down what you can expect over the next... Oh, can you hear me? I just realized...
That's okay. Better. Mm-hmm.
Better. I didn't have my microphone here with me. That is why. All right, let's talk about your satellite and radar composite. You can see this is some scattered showers just to the south. Basically, over the Florida Straits, we have this cold front or stationary front that's going to turn more warm front. And that's going to be pushing northward over the next few hours. And that's going to be increasing the threat for scattered showers. A few thunderstorms can't be ruled out. But look at all the snow and sleet starting to move in across the deep south. That is a big time snowstorm for them. And that cold air will continue to blast into central Florida by late Tuesday night and into Wednesday, albeit it is going to be short-lived. So as you look here at the clouds and rain forecast, modeling is holding on to a couple little isolated showers throughout the lunchtime hour, but then our winds turn more southerly. You can see it with those red and orange arrows coming in from the south. Scattered showers will start to move in. That's as that warm front lifts. So by about 5 o'clock, throughout kind of our central viewing zone here, we will see some pretty heavy rain at times, and that will continue to kind of linger throughout the kind of first half of your evening. Then as we head into your Tuesday, here comes our next cold front. As of now, the severe weather threat is not extremely high. Yes, we will be warm, but we still have a lot of cloud cover in place that won't allow the instability to really rock in our forecast. So with that, here comes that cold front that's bringing the snowstorm to the north. We'll be moving through central Florida by 3, 4 o'clock, finally exiting out by about 5, 6. This is a newly updated. This is just coming in within the last 30 minutes. So I'm actually looking at the new run with you. Most of the action pushes out, and look how quickly the skies will clear behind that front. So by about midnight, the skies clear, temperatures will be dropping, and they will be dropping fast. How cold are we talking about? I'll show you that in just a few seconds. But for today, again, the rain comes in later on in the afternoon, after about the lunchtime hour. Coverage does go up to about a 60%. And then most of the action kind of dissipating after about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. But look at those wake up temperatures. So again, today we're warm. Tomorrow we're warm. Waking up Wednesday morning, areas in and around Marion County, Palm Coast, the villages, even as far south as like northern Seminole County could be talking about temperatures in the 30s. For that reason, there is a frost and freeze potential. We could see actually a hard freeze as far south as Gainesville. That's pretty impressive. More of a freeze warning could be in the books for us as for Marion and Flagler County. Nothing official yet, but when you look at a model like this, normally we just have that hot pink color. That burgundy normally isn't there. So certainly could see a freeze in place. And then frost could be expected into Volusia County, possibly northern Seminole County as well, especially across areas that dip below that freezing mark. So as we get results, here's your full 7-day forecast. Roller coaster. We'll go mid-70s Monday and Tuesday. Rain chances stay high. Will drop fast. Highs will be staying in the 50s after a very frosty morning on Wednesday. We'll start to rebound those temperatures back into the 70s ahead of our next front before we drop those temperatures once again Saturday and Sunday. So for those who like to plan ahead this weekend, it looks like it will be very chilly. As of now, long-range models still showing the skies clearing, so it won't be that cold, cloudy weekend like we just had. It might be cold but sunny. So getting out, enjoying the day.
Okay, so we'll get some of the rough stuff out of the way during the work week.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it does come in a day to day where there's a lot of, day of service events and things like that. So just making sure you have the rain gear in the back seat, a couple hit or miss showers, won't be all day. So again, if you have stuff planned after about 2-3 o'clock, that's when we will have kind of the highest chance for rain in the forecast.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you, Candace.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, we want to check the roads. It is a holiday, and Trooper Steve is out there in Results One preparing to hit the road today. And so far, so good pretty much this morning. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Bridget. Yeah, no complaints by me. Even our EP was like, when I walked in this morning, was like, "What are you doing here?" And I go, "Well, I'm on the schedule, so
Knock on
I'm
wood.
here today." Yeah, right. So roadways are doing good. Just a lot like you guys have been talking about in the morning show. It is a day of service. So a lot of people are going to be out and about today, maybe cleaning up their community or certain events. So we won't see that
Parades.
a lot of that. Yeah, the parades. I know there's some in the morning and then some in the afternoon as well. City of Orlando already did theirs, which I always think it should be done on Dr. Martin Luther King's
Mm-hmm.
birthday. I think that would be a really good way to do it. But hey, we had a beautiful weekend celebrating
Mm-hmm.
things. So the roadways are doing really good this morning, Bridget. And we kind of called that when we walked in. We're not seeing the big delays out in Seminole or even the attractions area, which, hey, gives everybody time to come back tomorrow and be like, all right, let's have a short week and let's get through it safely, kind of thing.
I'm excited about the area you're going to today to try to make it make sense on patrol.
So the hardest part about doing these live is I struggle with making them make sense in a live format because I can't just prep before I get out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I-4
You can show us
Colonial,
better
it's
than
going to
you
be an
tell us.
interesting. Amen to that. So that will be in about an hour from now at 8:30 over at clickorlando.com. We're going to head over to I-4 Colonial. If you've been through that area, you know it's changed numerous times over the past 10 to 15 years. And now is kind of the permanent set for now, I guess. And maybe 20 years, we'll say something else. But there's been a lot of redesign, entrance, exits, things like that, lane designators. And we're going to talk about it and go out there because, Bridget, you know as best as anybody else, you travel out there, you can be in one lane trying to do another thing and end up somewhere completely because you were following the signs and then the roadway does something else and then vice
And then
versa.
you just
It
have to
is
roll with it and find somewhere else to turn around.
let go and let God take the wheel
Mm-hmm.
because at that point you end up I-4 sometimes and you're not even trying to get on I-4.
Right,
So
right, right. You were just
it
trying to go around to get over to, FAMU Law or the Kia Center
exactly.
or yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you're on an on-ramp going up and you're like, no, I want to go down.
Right. And
So
then when you're on I-4 going through that area, you're nervous about being able to get over to your exit as well. So that whole
so
area is
I'm
very
glad.
stressful.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm in a big truck with big wheels that's got a lot of warning lights on it. So everyone just stay away from me while I'm out there, please. But we're going to talk about that today about 8:30. Outside
Yeah.
of that, this morning, roadways are doing pretty good. DOT cam looking good. I've got dot cam up right now of 408 and the Rouse area. So out on the east side, no school. So we're not seeing any of those pedestrians or our amazing crossing guards out there at the intersection. For the most part, we're running clear. Now, there is one small issue I've been watching this morning off of Goldenrod. Out by Colonial, FHP labeling this as a crash with injuries and roadblock, but it's sticking on my map for a little bit. So I'm recommending that just slide over this morning to Chickasaw. Won't delay you too much. They should have this cleared out unless for some reason it gets upgraded. On the west side of I-4, OBT and Shader, just north of the College Park area, actually less than a mile away from where I'm sitting right now. OBT and Shader there with a minor crash, and then one west of there off of Silver Star and Apopka Vineland. This morning, I-4 is behaving. No issues out in the Seminole County area, and your drive times, perfect, flawless, where they should be if you were out there by yourself. Osceola Parkway to Colonial, 19 minutes, and coming in Lake Mary, 14 minutes. Minor crash still out by the Florida Mall off of Sand Lake, but won't slow you down. But this is nice. Our attractions area on a holiday, no problems. We saw a minor crash this morning off of 535, but since then, it's been cleared. And look at that. not one delay coming in from Champions Gate. And
Very
that's how you
nice.
know it is a different day out there. So I hope everyone just takes it nice and easy. And if you're looking for something to do today, just do something kind, because that's what the day is about. It's about an act of service and being kind to one another.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So drive friendly out there at 8:30.
I'm gonna try.
Use
I'm
your
gonna
blinker.
try. Yes. Thank you,
All
Bridget.
right. See you at 8:30. Thanks, Trooper Steve. Speaking of driving, we're going to take a trip to Iowa, and there some really rough weather happening, but of course it's a big kickoff with the Iowa Caucus. And in Results 2024 news today, that race for the White House is one that everyone is watching. So tonight could be make or break for Governor DeSantis, and he's trying to get traction ahead of rival Nikki Haley and, of course, former President Trump, who's in the lead. As News 6's Ezzy Castro explains, this other factor, like we mentioned, the dangerous winter weather up there, where the temperature will be several degrees below zero at caucus time.
All eyes are on Iowa.
We built a great army here. Tomorrow's going to be fun for us.
We're just excited that tomorrow's the day. It's go time, and we're going to keep crisscrossing the state. We've done that for days now. We're going to keep doing it.
The Republican presidential candidates spending this weekend making their final push for support ahead of tonight's Iowa caucus. The outcome could help build or break candidates' momentum as they race to be the GOP party's nominee.
I would much rather be an underdog. That's how I've done every race that I've ever been in.
A new CBS poll shows Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley in a tight race for second place, with former President Trump holding a commanding lead both in Iowa and across the country. DeSantis, though, says he's confident he will have a good showing.
It's all about the organization and getting people to turn out, and that's not always easy in any caucus, but certainly in a caucus like this, where we're now going to be in the negative 20s.
Can you imagine? It'll be interesting to see how all of that plays out. But of course, we'll have continuing coverage on our website, clickorlando.com, and on our later shows today on News 6. I want to take you back here locally to Orange County, where deputies are looking for answers after a crime scene last night. This was in the middle of a neighborhood, and we're still waiting for more information on this. This was late last night in the area of West Washington Street and Normandale Avenue. You can see the crime scene tape out there, several patrol vehicles out there blocking off that area. And we called and emailed the spokespeople for Sheriff John Mina to find out what exactly happened there, but they have not gotten back to us about what sort of incident or investigation was going on. So we'll keep you updated as they release more information on that. Speaking of the holiday, we mentioned the events. Of course, all of those are on clickorlando.com, but News 6's Jerry Askin has a breakdown of some more of those events as people across the country and here in Central Florida take time to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. King. And already this weekend, several events did happen paying tribute to him.
Here is video from the 40th annual MLK parade in downtown Orlando Saturday morning. We saw dozens of dance teams, drum lines, and so many community organizations making their way down Orange Avenue to Lake Eola Park, all to honor Dr. King.
We aren't going to let any injunction turn us around.
Dana Mackey is the president of the Southwest Orlando JCs and was Saturday's parade organizer. He told me it's important to continue fighting for equality for all of us.
I think the fight is still ongoing. We're definitely, a lot better, but we can get better.
And here are some of the other events happening across Central Florida to honor Dr. King. Many events are posted on our website right here, you can see, at clickorlando.com. And across Central Florida, many parades are happening on King Day. I made this printout for you to make it easy for you to see. There are parades in Ocoee, DeLand, and Oviedo happening at 10 o'clock in the morning, and there is also a parade on Monday in Apopka at 2 o'clock. And across Central Florida, many day of service events to also honor Dr. King, including at 9 a.m. at the Orange County Convention Center. Thousands will gather to pack and distribute meals for those in need. Also in Osceola County, happening in St. Cloud, a community-wide cleanup event happening at 11 a.m. at Hopkins Park. Meanwhile, the 33rd annual Pappy Kennedy Prayer Breakfast kicks off at 7:45 Monday morning. This is video from last year. Each year, it brings together more than 1,000 community and faith-based leaders celebrating Dr. King and also Pappy Kennedy, who was Orlando's first black city council member. I'm Jerry Askin, getting results, News 6.
And Jerry mentioned the Pappy Kennedy Prayer Breakfast happening this morning, and our Ezzy Castro will be there. She'll have a wrap-up of today's event at noon on News 6, so you can look for that there. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We have a new installment of Schemes and Ripoffs with the News 6 investigative team. This one is a follow-up with investigator Mike Holfeld. He's been following this story for a long time now, and there's just always a new headline with this. It involves Alex the officer, who is a real person, but often his image and likeness have been stolen and people are using it to catfish people, right? So now there's a new push to protect online privacy. And although Alex is a victim of social media imposters, Alex himself has now been banned on Instagram. So he tells News 6 that he wants a law aimed at protecting everyone's reputation on social media platforms. And Mike shows us in today's Schemes and Ripoffs.
I'm not a fan of social media anymore. I've been preaching this for years.
Alessandro Cinquini, a.k.a. Alex the Officer, is the victim of a social media reputation heist we've been reporting for nearly 2 years now.
And scammers are using me, my old photos, to get money from people.
That negative notoriety has gone global, from the Czech Republic to India.
I trusted him. I really trusted him. He used his name as Alex the Officer.
Alex Thompson, Alex Saylor, Alex Lorenzo. You know, it is gonna get insane.
This past November, Instagram permanently disabled Cinquini's account, arguing it doesn't follow our community guidelines. The real Alex shut down. The imposters still out there.
It's a mixed feeling. It's an attack. I feel I'm attacked by this, to be honest with you.
It is an area of growing concern for a lot of us.
Cinquini wants to support Congressman Darren Soto in News 6 to create federal law to protect reputations on social media platforms.
So it's probably something that is going to get bigger over time, and I can be, an ambassador, at least trying to do something good about it.
Mike Holfeld, getting results, News 6.
Very interesting. Well, we have another story now from the beach today. Probably not the best beach day, but summer will be here before we know it. And that's why Volusia County is ramping up efforts to hire more lifeguards. This has been a real issue in the past few years with having enough lifeguards. So as Molly Reed shows us, beach safety is increasing. The pay and bonuses are increasing in hopes of drawing more people out to fill 150 openings.
There weren't too many people out on the beach today with this weather, or really this time of year compared to the summer, but this off season is when Volusia Beach Safety hits the ground running to try to recruit. Now with spring break just 2 months away, they have to fill all of those positions to make sure they're ready to take on those crowds.
The beaches are busier than they've ever been. The coast is still rebuilding, and with that you get a lot of rip current, so we're trying to hire as many part-time lifeguards to supplement our full-time staff.
With more eyes on the water needed, Deputy Chief Aaron Jenkins says they're increasing the pay from $15 an hour to get more lifeguards.
We've got that $750 sign-on bonus. If you meet a certain criteria, there's another $1,000 on top of that. And on top of that, the pay is now increased to $17 an hour.
Jenkins says they've been dealing with a lifeguard shortage that's also been hitting nationally. Beach Safety says they currently have about 150 openings, mostly for part-time guards.
The lion's share of those lifeguards, they're high school and college age, right? So that we'll see them come back during spring break, which will work out quite well.
Now the team here is not going to hide that it is a physically demanding and tough job. You have to be able to swim 500 meters in under 10 minutes and also run a half mile in under 3 minutes and 15 seconds, among some other criteria. But they say the rewards outweigh the challenges.
You should just do it. It's an amazing job, and I think that's really rewarding mentally and physically.
These young lifeguards tell me making rescues, keeping the beach environment and animals safe and clean makes it worthwhile.
Knowing that whether or not somebody can go home is completely up to you and your performance and stuff like that, it really makes you want to push harder and get better at every little skill and technique it takes to complete a successful rescue.
In Daytona Beach, Volusia County, I'm Molly Reed getting results, News 6.
So hopefully a good turnout to help fill those very much needed positions. Lifeguards are vital to our beaches, making them more safe and enjoyable for everyone. Some really fun news involving Florida's Fourth Estate with our Ginger Gadsden and Matt Austin. If you haven't had a chance to watch it on The Takeover at 3:30 on News 6 or watching it online, it's really a fun show. There's always a big variety. And so now you can be a part of the podcast. So Matt and Ginger are taking it on the road. I mean, they're always out showing off different things, but this time they'll do the podcast live, and that's happening this Friday, and they'll be hosting it live, and they have a very special guest. I just love him, legendary coach Lou Holtz. And you know, we're leading up to Super Bowl Sunday too, so they'll have him out, and this will be at Miller's Ale House in Winter Park, you know the one, and this is Friday, February 9th. And the show kicks off at 7. So it's free to go, but you do have to register to get a ticket or a pass because, you know, there's limited space. Although Ale House is big, they do have to, you know, keep it at capacity. So you can sign up for a free pass or ticket at clickorlando.com/insiders. And of course, you know, the insiders always get extra perks. So there's also a VIP experience that will be awarded in all of this, where you'll get to be up front to all of this. You'll get some goodie bags. So make sure you check that out. That's leading up to the Super Bowl again on February 9th. So mark your calendar, register to be an insider, and make sure you register for free tickets to go see Ginger, Matt, and Lou Holtz at the Ale House in Winter Park. That's going to be a fun time. I hope that maybe I can go out there and check that out too. So that's going to do it for us here on Breakfast with Bridgett. We hope you have a great day on this holiday, a day on, not a day off. And we hope to see you back here at 7:30 tomorrow. Take care.